Hello, hello. We are live with Gamebound, a little series where we play one-shots of things and short things. But that's man, that was not a good pitch for this series. This is Gamebound, a series of role-playing game one-shots and small series where we play a random game that we wouldn't usually get to do a full campaign out of. And today we're going to be playing the Sprawl. The Sprawl is you just go, Sprawl. No, so, we're playing the Sprawl, which is cyberpunk. And we're going to be setting this in the Elysian Road universe. So this will be the first time we have come back to Elysian Road, the setting, in like a year, maybe a little less than a year. It will be, I mean, honestly, so it will be, let's see, it's probably been like 7 months, something like that, since we were last in the setting. But yeah, we're gonna go to the planet of Midas, which is, can you guys say something real quick? Say something. Okay, wait a second.
Say something. I know you're
This
not
is
paying
an
attention.
old.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Okay, no one could hear you. No one could hear you until that point.
Oh no, it was so awkward. You were just talking to
Yeah,
yourself.
I was just talking to myself because this is an old overlay.
Oh.
And so
That's right.
there's a couple of weird settings that didn't get fixed. I think the only thing you guys said that like would have been weird is we're like discussing the date of Elysian Road and stuff. But so we're gonna be playing cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, if you don't know what that is a bunch of punks with cyberware.
Is Keanu Reeves gonna be here?
Future. What?
Yeah.
Gonna be in this campaign?
Is who?
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu Reeves? Yeah, I mean, obviously.
I can't wait for that game. Oh my
I know, I'm so excited.
But yeah, so we have our characters made, but there are a few things that we have to do before we kind of get in earnest here. There's going to be some improving that I'm going to do based off of the preparation we're going to do right now. So the first thing you do in any game of the Sprawl, and usually the Sprawl is a more extensive campaign, we're just to do a one-shot for now, maybe come back to it at some point, is step 0, defining the corporations. Each player, including the MC, names and briefly describes a megacorporation or an entity of similar scope like an organized crime syndicate or a government. The level of detail of the description may vary depending on the taste of the group. Let's see. A major sphere of interest for each corporation is usually enough. For now, that's basically all we'll need is a major sphere of interest for each corporation. So, does anyone have an idea for a corporation that exists on Midas? So Midas is a city world in the top left corner of the Elysian Road sector, in the setting, and it's like a city world. There's a bunch of megacorps, kind of running the show, vying for power, with each other.
One question.
Yeah.
How do you determine left in space?
It's a 2D map that
You find the sun, and then you put yourself over the sun looking down at it.
Well, the reason that it's a 2D map is because it just lays out like hyperspace routes, basically.
Yeah. It's a 2D map because who wants to deal with a 3D model when
because the 3D model of everything doesn't actually matter. There's like specific
true,
routes that can be taken to specific destinations, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
For the
Plus, I
sector.
think in Stars of that number, it's not even actually representative of their physical location at all.
It's not at all. It's just it has to do with how long it takes to get there.
Right.
Hi,
Yeah.
Jerica.
What?
But yeah. So, does anyone have an idea for a corporation that they want to exist in this setting?
I do.
Go ahead.
All right. Cool. Actually, hold on. Where's the instructions for this? Or is it not that?
It's literally make up the name and a sphere of interest.
Oh, okay.
Did Jared make his corporation?
Nobody's made their corporation yet.
So my corporation is HomeSec, Home Security.
Okay.
And they do like personal security systems, weapons, that kind of stuff. Basically, they sell civilians military grade equipment. and
Okay.
one of their like programs or whatever is a women's self-defense course, except because it's the cyberpunk feature, that half of that course is a like full
Getting custom
cybernetic kit.
cyberware.
Yeah, and the rest of it is learning how to blow people up with your cybernetic kit. And when you sign the contract, there's a little stipulation, like it says essentially you're legally obligated to protect your family, and family has an asterisk next to it, and it defines that as any homesec asset or like personnel, including also your family. So basically you're contractually obligated to kill people for them if they need you to, in defense technically. But also you get like super awesome shotguns in your arm. So
Perfect. Yeah, I'm sure that won't go wrong ever at
No,
all
of
for
course
any
not.
reason.
no, why not? So
Perfect.
the cyber mom army is their thing.
Yeah, the Cyber Mom army. I mean, yeah. As we go here, it'll be very very clear.
There's a
the
theme.
kind of this theme going on here. Okay, so cool. I'm gonna pull up a doc real quick so I can make some notes.
Yeah.
So what we know so far is your character, is owned by
Yes.
Midas. Owned as in like the tag
Yeah.
by Homesec.
Yep. Twice over.
Okay. Yeah, the Sprawl notes. Okay. So because you got your cyberware with that,
And because I didn't want it to randomly break on me, because otherwise I'll be useless.
so Molly owned by Homesec. Okay. Okay, cool. So we know that corporation exists, and this will be cool too because this will like actually like determine actual corporations that exist on Midas and now are in the universe that can be interacted with for future
great.
things.
We're gonna get attacked by a cyber mom sometime in the future.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyone else have a corporation idea? I actually will just go ahead and put in Castro Pharmaceutical Services, because we all know that exists.
Mm-hmm.
And they give medical stuff. They're in charge of all things
That's
medical.
totally what they do.
Yeah. Definitely no secret, weird, experimental science
gosh.
projects.
Honestly, I think that would be the corporation my character is linked to. Now that I think about it.
Oh,
Mhm.
what one?
Castro Pharmaceuticals.
Castro.
Services. Our
The
good
guys who
friend
pretended to be
Chloe
the doctors.
Lasmos is a part of
Yeah.
that corp. Because that's the only corporation I knew existed.
Yeah.
On Midas. So, oh, and by the way, if you're enjoying the awesome space background and the surface of Midas on the stream right now, the courtesy of David.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, I mean, it's courtesy of the guy who made them, and then I bought them. But yeah.
And then you bought them and then put them on there, but they wouldn't be there if David didn't exist. So
It's not there right now. It's not on there right now. I'm upset.
On Roll 20.
what's not on there?
I'm upset. Mm-hmm.
Are you on Roll 20?
Yeah.
You're
It's
on the
something
main
different right now. Yeah.
Corporations.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Mighty and slave trade. There we go.
Nice, subtle.
Okay,
Good.
so is it literally just called the Mighty and Slave Trade?
No,
We know
I am
what we do.
notoriously
It's
bad-
fine.
I'm notoriously bad at names. So,
So but this is like some sort of like criminal organization, right? That
Yeah.
that runs in slave
This
trade.
is
Okay.
this is the organization that
criminal
took.
organization that is also like, oh yeah, it's fine because you sell us slaves.
Yeah.
To the government.
It took the
Right.
term human capital to another extreme. It's fine.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody at work
let's
was like, "This
see.
is our new human capital specialist." And I'm like, "What? Are we cows? What's happening? Human capital? We're human money? Get out of here! That's horrible. It's even worse than human resources."
Let's see. I'm just looking up name generators for this. What about the Black Devil Band?
More subtle.
That's less subtle.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that was sarcasm.
Just one of the things that came up here.
Uh,
I think this might actually be for like oh here maybe evil organization name generators. Nope. These are all not the sort of thing that I want. I'm trying to find like a crime syndicate name generator.
People's
But
R Us.
People spar us.
Oh my
No.
God.
So good.
What about innovative shipping?
Subtlety.
Innovative shipping.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I'm totally.
I prefer to call it creative ownership. Right.
Innovative shipping?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. It's probably
Innovative human shipping.
in ship for short.
Ship.
And so they
Is that like
traffic
when you really
in
like
people.
two fictional characters and you're like, I wish they got together, and then
In ship, yeah.
okay, I was just checking.
It's also when you get onto the seas, you get in ship.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but not into
Cool.
space. That's called on ship.
Yeah, on ship, exactly. Okay, cool. So we have HomeSec, Castro Pharmaceutical Services, and InShip. So, Connor and Carly, ideas?
Do you have an idea, Carly? Okay, so here's my thing. I have an idea. I have a really big idea for mine, but it's extremely like centered around my character and very personal matter. And so my question for you, Caleb, is should I reveal the full background right now or reveal it as I go?
Don't reveal the background, but yeah, just make a
Yeah,
tell us
you
about
can
the
tell
point.
us why,
Okay.
like what they are, but don't say what that has to do with their character. And honestly,
Okay.
also it being tied to your character is the best way to do it. Like Mike,
Right.
that's usually how
Right.
you want it to be, in some way.
Okay. Now I kind of wish I wouldn't have said anything then.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
So it's
okay,
a
that's
science
fine.
organization that experiments on human reproduction.
Yo.
Mm.
I was considering when we were talking about all playing gender bent characters, I was like, who's gonna play the character with cybernetic equipment? But it's like, yeah, I used to be a guy, now I'm a
God.
cyber woman.
No.
Yep. Now I know the answer to that question. It's Connor.
Oh,
Connor's
boy.
playing.
What's that?
Just ignore it. Just
Nothing.
ignore everything that David just said. So Connor, what's the name of this organization?
I have no clue.
Let's see. What about biologistics, biolog, or chemical vista, or
Companies
see.
that perform.
diversified dynamics?
Uh,
I'm trying to generate some names
Let's
here.
see.
I don't know, man.
That sounds like a space word. for Democrats.
Cosmotechnics.
No, that
Look
that
up.
sounds so unspecific.
Looking at companies that do gender reassignment. Hold on.
Walton Chemodigital.
I mean, he
Watkins
said
Biomatics.
reproduction,
I
so
know.
not necessarily.
This is funnier. Let's see.
Gallegos General Healthcare.
I mean, it has to have a really ironic name like. Can't think of anything at the moment. It's appropriate.
I heard that whispered part of that sentence. Man, none of these names are making.
Yeah,
any
I can't
sense.
think of anything either.
I can't-
Genetisoft.
Sure.
There you go. Genetisoft. And so human reproduction. So what do you mean by human reproduction? What do they do exactly?
Specifically in terms of like fertility.
Abortion.
Okay.
Is that what you're going for?
So it should be called the Rabbit Farm, is what you're
The
telling me.
opposite.
It-
So is it? So yeah. How do they go about that exactly? Is it like?
basically, they're like if they're
is it
making
human
like
reproduction control?
I would think it's kind of both, but they're just kind of experimenting on what they can do with like
Basically, they just
pregnancy
make like
and
sperm mega
so-
fertile.
yes.
Is that the idea? Yeah.
yeah, all sorts of things like
Like
that. So they're probably
genetically
big into like
modified.
FBM or whatever it's called, IVF maybe.
What?
Like yeah,
Intravitreal.
yeah.
Intravitreal
Yeah,
fertilization.
and really they just
I mean,
Vino sounded
I'm not
great.
sure. So I'm
with
just saying right now,
biological-
I'm really
Go ahead.
not sure that a city planet that is this populated would want that. at all in any way, shape, or form. They would be doing the exact opposite.
Well, maybe they work with innovative shipping.
Oh gosh.
my gosh.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Just saying.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
so
They don't
it's
plan on
probably
keeping
yeah.
them on the
Caleb,
planet.
read what I sent you on the Zoom chat.
Why don't send me on Zoom chat? Send me on something else.
What? Oh, because you can't really get to that.
Now I'm
thing.
gonna read it.
No, I didn't put it on on the public Zoom chat.
What? There's more than one Zoom chat.
Yeah, you can privately whisper to people.
What?
Okay, so cool. So Genetisoft, human reproduction. Just
Didn't
send
know
me on Facebook.
How do you? Oh, yeah, you can. I didn't do anything.
Connor, is your company going to trade babies with my company?
I think that's
Gosh.
that was my suggestion.
There's
I think that was the idea.
I don't wanna say anything.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I just
Yeah, that's fine.
very interesting premise. Caleb, do you like this idea? Oh, all right, you haven't seen it yet. Hold up, I'm still trying to send you a message.
Still do not know what the idea is.
Yeah, I'm trying to send you it. I promise. But Facebook is hating me right now, so. Carly,
Yeah.
do you have an idea for yours yet?
Oh, I already said my character is going to be connected to Castro. Pharmaceutical services.
So who is left to?
No, I made that one. You still have to make one, Carly.
Oh, I have to make
Yeah.
one? Oh, okay.
Mhm. This is just filling out the setting.
Cool. Dang. Oh no.
Can you hear screeching?
Yeah, what's
in my
that?
microphone? I have no idea.
Nice.
It's like a video of some sort. I can tell that much, but I have no idea what that is.
Connor, is that your company? Jeez,
Yes.
too soon.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna say it's some like weapons manufacturer, but I don't know.
Sure, yeah,
Boomco.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes.
What did you just say?
Boomco.
Boomco.
Boomco? Okay, sure. Yeah.
So you guys
Boomco.
can all see like a floating planet on
Yeah.
yours?
Yep.
I can't on mine.
They
That's so
started
sad.
out as a fireworks company, and then they realized they could make more money if they pointed the
Oh my
fireworks at
gosh.
people instead of the sky.
Gosh, wow.
That's why their name is so like whimsical.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, this is your thing. You can make it up.
No, it's fine.
I'm literally so sad. I can't
Why?
see it.
Why can't you
On my-
see it?
I don't know.
What are you
I
doing?
tried reloading the page. I don't.
Are you on the right?
These weird like
Map?
blocks and stuff.
Hmm.
I mean,
There's
I'm on the map
multiple
that's
main
there.
pages. What main page are you on? It's
The-
yeah, we're on. It says
He
we're
can
the
only
right
be on
thing.
one page.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's a GM thing.
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you, Connor.
What do you think? What do you think, Yeb?
I think too much of your memory is being used
Sure.
by Overwatch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ha, very funny. Not playing Overwatch. Fight me, bro.
Here, Connor,
What?
observe. That's what it looks like.
No, I know what it looks like. I saw it the other day, but it's not on mine.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not on
And
my
now you've ruined all of the video.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even think about it.
No,
Here, let me do it on mine now too.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just kidding.
no.
What?
Okay, so
You guys can
Can
see
everybody
the weird
briefly
block
explain-
things that I see.
shh, everyone. Okay, sorry. Would everybody briefly? We only have a very limited amount of time to do a very quick one shot here. So,
Yeah.
How much time?
everybody briefly describe what their playbook is,
Oh yeah.
and like who their character is.
My name is Elizabeth Thorne. I am a middle-aged woman. I am a mother of like 6 children and probably
What?
about
Dang.
25 grandchildren at least.
Man, that Genetisoft.
Yeah,
Good
man.
work.
Yeah, man. My eyes are appraising. My face is plain. My body is flabby. My wear is utility. And
Is
my
that because
skin
you've
is
had so
white.
many kids? Is that weird? That's horrible.
I mean, and
no.
that and she's old.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm an old middle-aged woman, and the other option simply.
Wait, which one are you? Those aren't the same thing.
I'm not fat.
Are you older, middle aged?
She's half like she's like higher up middle aged.
Okay.
Not
60.
Not quite elderly
yeah.
left.
I'm
yeah.
like yes.
Okay.
You want to fight, David?
No, I want to
Here's her,
understand.
here's her picture.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be offensive to middle-aged women, okay?
I just wanted to understand which one you were. All right. Very good.
You're all good. That was funny. I'm a tech. I am a splicer. I am.
That's like really
I'm a hacker. I have a cyber arm with implant tools that I can fix, bypass, and tamper with stuff.
Is that
And
mailbox drone with a gun? Do you have that?
no,
Oh, that's so
I have-
disappointing. Sorry, go ahead.
I have a neural interface,
Nice.
and I have like really slick goggles that let me see really far.
Nice.
Cyber goggles.
Cyber goggles, man.
Cool.
And they let me record stuff. So
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you get two things with that.
yeah.
David. Who are you
Yes.
playing?
I am Molly Gallagher. I'm a killer. She is, I think, 30, 35. I have a cyber arm with a hold-out firearm and a neural.
What is it with
interface.
you and
Sweet.
redheads?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm sorry. What all did you want us to say? Oh yeah, I forgot they had the description.
Playbook and just kind of details.
Yeah. Her eyes are distracted. Her face is friendly. Her body is compact. She wears casual clothing, and her skin is Caucasian.
Hey.
She has every kind of weapon that exists, and she has a 16-year-old daughter, and no husband at the moment anymore.
Yeah, that sounded like you were working on.
Yeah. No.
Oh, he's dead.
Yes. Yeah. He's super dead.
Right.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Oh.
That's Molly.
Cool. Valencia Steel.
All right. Valencia Steele is a killer as well. Not anywhere like at all like David's character.
Yeah, we definitely didn't make the exact same character without meaning to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
All right. Her eyes are sexy, face is sexy,
Nice.
body
No,
is sexy.
That is not. I'm literally looking at it on the stream right now.
Jared, of all the
Not-
times for me not to be playing a guy character, killing
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
Kill-
Her eyes are wild.
Wow, that was weird.
Connie, you know you like it.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
We're about done with all of this.
Thanks for coming, guys. It's been fun.
Okay.
All right. Never letting you guys play female characters ever again.
David's married. He's not gonna come after me.
No, but his husband.
Talking about real life or in the game? I'm confused. In the game, her husband's dead.
Yeah, everything's starting to bleed over. I don't really know what's happening anymore.
Sorry, what?
Oh, okay. So her eyes are wild. Face is decorated. Body augmented. Yeah.
Nice. What I'm
Where-
hearing is exactly what you said. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her wear is punk and her skin is white and robotic. She's like half robot.
At this point, yeah.
nice.
She has giant beefy robot arms. And
I mean, are they disproportionately beefy, or are we talking just like?
I mean,
like
pretty much.
disproportionately beefy. She's
Oh,
like
that's disappointing.
I mean, do you see the picture? She's actually not that. She's a pretty normal, average-sized blonde woman.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like her having giant arms would be really bizarre.
I know, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
And because of the rules, I just have a ton of weapons strapped to my body. And I have dermal plating, muscle buff, like super buff and attractive. You know, the
Nice.
best.
Wait, Jared, have you ever played Overwatch?
Yeah,
You know Doomfist?
yeah.
Is that what your
basically
hand
her.
looks like? Okay, just
Yep.
checking. Cool,
Yeah.
good stuff.
And she had a husband and a 10-year-old daughter, but
Oh no,
the daughter was kidnapped into slavery, and the husband was
that's
like,
horrible.
I'm gonna be a hero and go on an adventure and save her. But he hasn't been heard from since.
Wow, your husband's a
so.
lot better than mine.
Yeah, he could be alive. He could be dead. That's up to Caleb's discretion. And
He was
to
actually the
cope-
one that kidnapped her. Sorry.
Yeah. And to cope with this, she formed an addiction to body augmentation.
Oh dang.
So,
Nice. I've heard that's a healthy one to have. That's cool.
and to help fight against the tyranny of slavery on this planet, she formed an underground fight club to raise money to fight against it.
Gosh, that's amazing. Why didn't you have the Underground Fight Club? Or
And
never mind, I think
it's a cyberware fight club, so you
Yeah.
have to bet your cyberware to enter.
Oh my
and
gosh.
So
Oh my
so Valencia
gosh.
Steel has just
Oh
been
my
gathering
gosh.
cyberware from this
That's amazing.
fight club.
Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, that's the gist.
Cool. So the only female in real life and the only male in fake life
Make it as
today,
confusing as possible. It's
Carly, who are you playing?
Okay, so I am playing Thaddeus Monroe.
So does everybody call him by his full name?
Probably Monroe, honestly.
Okay.
I was gonna say Thad, but I was like, no, Monroe is a cool
Tad would be a
name.
nickname usually for
Yeah.
Monroe though. Okay.
But now you can
He
be at
is-
Bible college. Sorry.
He is a probably like 42-year-old dad. He's got like a 13-year-old daughter, but he doesn't get to see her very often because she's with his wife, well, his ex-wife. And I'm a soldier. He has weary eyes, scarred face, muscular body. His wear is utility, and he has white skin.
He's Batman. Where's utility?
I mean, yes, those all describe Batman.
It's true.
Very true.
I
You
mean,
have to talk in the Batman voice the entire time now.
Call me Monroe. I can't do a little voice. Sorry, my voice is gone today. There you go.
Rachel. Anyway,
oh,
so
and he has cyber eyes.
Nice.
oh, that's true. Yeah, you have cyber eyes. Cool. Alrighty. So there are one or two short things. The characters have been made, but there are one or two short things that have to be decided. So we pretty much know your guys' backgrounds for the most part. Anything super relevant at the moment. Let's see. So just to consider your background and possible contacts, because that's part of the game, is picking up contacts. So it sounds like, so I guess everybody just give me a quick description of the kind of circles you guys run in. Like, right, like people you know, the type of people you hang out with when you're not doing missions together as a team. Elizabeth Thorne, what's the crowd you typically run with? Connor.
I'm just trying to finish my lesson, so go ahead.
Okay.
What's my question?
What's the crowd that Elizabeth Thorne usually runs with? If she's not with the team, like what kind of people does she know?
I mean, probably young adults with kids, right? I mean,
Okay, so
That's
just like
probably the
your
crowd she likes to
extended
run with.
family.
honestly, yeah. When she's not doing jobs, she's just hanging out with her family.
So your contacts, if you pick up any, are going to come from probably your extended family.
Yes.
That's really cool. I like that. Okay, cool. Molly, what about
Do
you?
I write that down somewhere, or
Yeah, make a brief note about that.
where are brief notes?
In contacts, just write like on your
Where
sheet. Should be a
contacts?
space called
They're
contacts.
probably in your pants. Is it brief?
Nice dodge. Anyways,
Oh,
Actually, just
there's
in
the
notes. There's a notes section there.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Finally found the contacts, and here we go.
Notes is just right above.
I know.
contacts, so.
I know.
Cool. Molly, what about you?
oh, sorry. I
Ah,
was thinking of clever names for my guns. Sorry.
Another surprise
Well, no,
about
I was-
David as a role-playing game.
I was hoping you didn't realize that your name was Molly. I do that all the
Um,
time.
No, yeah, that did actually happen to me. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm sorry. Could you ask a question? Oh, the links.
Yes,
or
circles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her contacts are either like really boring white collar workers, or like mega hardcore like drug runners. Those are basically
Okay.
the two options.
What was the first one? Sorry.
Like really boring white collar workers,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
office worker people.
Yeah. Okay. or a hardcore drug runners. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Awesome. What about you, Valencia? Like underground people?
Oh, the gangs, the
Yeah.
punks, the urchins.
The Fight
Underwater
Club
ones.
people.
Yes.
The sea anemones.
Yes.
Cool.
They're
That's
your
one of the
opponents,
games she
the
runs
sea
with.
enemies. Sea enemies.
Okay, cool. Monroe, what about you?
So I'm gonna kind of rewrite some of the stuff that I already said. So, he does see his daughter a lot, and it's not his ex-wife; it's his deceased wife.
Okay.
And I think his main job when he's not, his main way of making money is he's like a high school teacher. So
That's so awesome.
honestly, he probably hangs out with a lot of teachers.
By day, mild
Yeah.
mannered high school teacher. By night,
He's the gym
epic
teacher.
cyber soldier.
He's a gym
I mean,
teacher who was
I
totally
think
like a
he's-
sergeant, right? Something like
Yeah, yeah. I think he's either
Sorry.
a gym teacher or he's like a history teacher or something, and
He
he's
should
just
be
like
a history teacher.
that. Get down,
I
give me
think
20.
he's like a
I'm
big
only
history
5.
buff.
Okay.
Maybe
Make
he
it
does both.
25
Like, it's a really small school, and so they need multiple teachers to do certain
Oh,
So
multiple
is it like
positions.
it's like a
And
small
so
like
he's
private
like,
school?
yeah.
Okay.
And so and I think his daughter goes there too, and so
Oh, that.
he definitely like embarrasses her a lot.
Okay, awesome.
So he's like the history teacher, and so he's a huge history buff, but he's also
Perfect. Were
also
you in the
gym
military?
teacher.
Were you in the Midas military before?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I think
you-
he knows a lot about military weapons and about war history and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Were you just honorably discharged? So you just kind of like retire basically?
Yeah.
All right, real quick, everybody go through their directives for me. Elizabeth Thorne, what are your directives?
Great question. Proselytizing. Everyone's main responsibility is to their family. When I persuade others to act according to my beliefs, and my experience, and revealing. Whenever I discover more information about softs, whatever it's called,
Genetasoft.
Genetasoft, I get mark experience. TI? Genetasoft?
Genetisoft, yeah.
I can't see the thing. Yeah. Okay. That's it then for me, right? Whatever that.
Yes. Molly, what are your
Also, hi,
directives?
Jerica. If she didn't hear me before.
She says hi. She's watching soap operas.
Okay. Tell her I hope she dies.
Jerica?
No, the character in the show. My goodness.
Connor, that is
Holy
not that was
crap.
not an easily translated
No,
message.
that was horrible.
I hope the main
I
girl
hope
character
she
dies. Yeah, I apologize. Should have specified
Wow.
that. Very
Yeah.
shocked for
That was intense.
Yep.
From 0 to 50 right there.
Jared, make sure you explain all of the details. Explain all of the details. I wasn't talking about her. Jared.
I did. I
Did you-
explained it.
Okay.
I explained it.
Okay.
She's insulted because the main character is pregnant.
Wow.
Wow, Connor.
Molly, what are your directives?
Genetisoft
Sorry.
is disappointed. My directives are protective. When you put your responsibility to Rachel ahead of the mission mark experience.
Okay.
Rachel's the daughter, obviously.
Mhm.
And network when your membership in HomeSec hinders the mission mark experience.
Okay, cool. Valencia, what about you? What are your directives?
Protective, when you put your responsibility to end the slave trade ahead of the mission. And masochist, when you suffer one or more harm mark experience.
So how much is masochist an in-character thing, and how much is it an out-of-character thing? How much is it like this is an easy XP trigger, and how much is it that she's actually enjoys pain? I'm
About
just curious.
50-50, and it's not so much about like enjoying the pain. It's just like I can take it, bring it on, come at
Okay,
me.
she's
bro.
not those creepy anime characters. All right, good.
Yeah,
Just
not
checking.
Connor's last character who had masochist.
What?
When we were
you're-
going to do a game of the Sprawl and then never ended up happening, Connor's
Oh.
character was just kind of the worst.
That's
It was just-
disappointing.
I know. Dude, we literally opened up the game with me torturing somebody.
Oh.
But that's
Like-
sadism, not masochism.
Oh, he had that
Oh.
too.
Yeah.
Sadomasochism.
Oh.
God.
He was a
Alright.
sadomasochist. Yeah. Cool. Monroe. What about you? What are your
I have
directives?
behavioral.
Mhm.
Describe your ethical code. When adhering to your code, hinders the mission, mark experience, and my code is women and children protected first at all costs. And
It's convenient for us, I guess.
Mhm.
yeah, and prudent. When you resolve a charged situation without violence, mark experience.
Totally gonna
Ooh.
happen all the time. All the
Whenever
time.
she resolves, or whenever
Yeah,
we as a group resolve.
think-
It's
I mean, I think if we do it as a group,
I think it's
it
just-
counts. But also, if she's by herself, I'm pretty sure it counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right.
I assume
So
so.
now we're going to make links.
Yeah.
So we've already described and introduced your character to the group. So now each player will tell everyone about a job their character did against one of the
Oh, that's right,
corporations
I should've thought
established
about
in
this.
step 0. So we'll start with you, Elizabeth. Go ahead and describe your character's role in the job and name the corporation you ran the job against.
Genetisoft.
Okay.
I programmed the drones that downloaded the information. The camera, the recordings, what the security cameras were recording on a specific day.
Okay, that puts Genetisoft on the board here as a possible countdown clock.
Doesn't it automatically advance the clock?
No, so it says the MC
Oh.
will start a countdown clock for that corporation. If a countdown clock already exists, the MC will advance it. So I already put them all on the board, but that doesn't mean they technically exist yet.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
the next
good.
time, if
That's nice.
you guys have all done like missions against Genetisoft, then they would just advance a whole bunch. But yeah, so
Wait, what does that mean? Advancing against?
When that
Um,
clock fills up, they decide that they should probably kill us, and they send giant
Oh,
waves of
pretty much.
enemies
Yeah,
at us.
it's
we
like
die.
how much attention the
It's
corporation has on
basically
you.
like game may be over.
Okay, so then the player to your left, so for you that's Carly, will tell you how their character was involved in that job.
Oh.
So, Monroe, how are you involved with Elizabeth's Genetisoft job?
Professor Monroe.
Professor Monroe.
Doctor Professor Money.
No.
Doctor, teacher,
Mr.
Professor Monroe.
Doctor.
Well, what did you say was the job again? What did you do?
I downloaded information off of the security cameras in Genetisoft on a specific day.
So yeah, she
Man,
did that.
I don't know what I would have done.
Stole a bunch of information from them.
I don't know.
Does like a teacher that you work with work for Genetisoft?
Oh gosh.
And like you
Boy.
had
Oh,
him
no.
in?
The health teacher.
Yeah,
That is
Oh no.
the sex ed teacher. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So both of you put on your links, the other character's name, and then a +1. And then the MC will advance that corporation's clock. So I'm gonna advance Genetisoft by 1. Boop. Okay. Continuing to the left, each other player will tell you if and how their character was involved too. If their character was involved, they take +1 links with your character. For each character that contributes to the story, the MC will note that character's involvement and advance the corporation's countdown clock by 1. Valencia or Molly, were you guys involved in this job?
Against Genetisoft, right?
Do it.
Are they involved in the slave trade, Connor?
I mean,
Probably, but we don't know that for sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, all it would take is like the slightest inkling, and then I would be punching some dudes.
I feel like Molly probably wouldn't. I feel like she's pretty
Lawful.
hesitant of like going to those extremes unless she has to usually.
Did the information you find hint at it, Connor? Even vaguely.
I
Maybe
I
that
don't
was
think I would have let you see it.
well, maybe you were trying to get information and that information was that there was a connection, right? Maybe you didn't know that was going to be the case until after you found the information.
No, I was looking for something very specific.
Yeah, but maybe there was other information you got too.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Maybe Jared was just also there by happenstance. I punched
Jared,
things. Oh, hi. How are you?
How important is it that I gave you information about this?
Not very. It doesn't take a lot for me to punch people.
Yeah.
You could have also just lied to him and been like, yeah, they're totally involved. You should make a distraction.
It also
Because
sounds
I'm
like
not very stealthy, so it's probably
right.
known.
It
that
also
I'm
sounds
looking
like the
for-
job didn't even need like violence at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Sounded like a pretty
Oh,
stealthy.
we
maybe
don't need
neither
to
of
be
you were
involved.
involved.
It's just a player on the left.
No, yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to. Just a
Oh,
player on the left is good.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't be then.
Sounds good. Okay, so Molly, same question. Describe a job your character did against one of the corporations, what your role was, and yeah, basically how it went.
Does this have to be one of the ones that exist already?
Yep.
It does? Dang, I wanted to make up a Taco King. All right. I was like, we don't have a fast food corporation. Right.
That's a good idea.
Taco King.
Yeah, it's just all of them. Okay, well, now I have to totally rethink everything. I'm trying to think why she would intentionally. I think she did a job against innovative shipping. And it was more like a preemptive job because she was worried that like she got wind that they were sort of trying to get back at her for some dealings that her husband had, and so she was trying to preemptively like scrub that objective from their from their collective database or whatever. She just tried to preemptively stop them from having an issue. So she basically went in and tried to destroy some like key like software, or not software, but like databases that might have held information that involved her and her husband, or her ex-husband, I guess. Is it ex if they die?
No,
Still-
you're a widow. You're a widower.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, but
no,
what-
you're
What is he considered?
you're a widow.
He's considered
He's
dead.
I don't think there's another term for it. I
Anyways,
think
yeah,
it's
her
just-
deceased husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she basically just like did a raid on some of their like
Your late husband.
yeah.
That's
There
it.
it
Late
is.
husband,
Yeah.
there we go. She did basically did a raid on some of their like software farms, essentially, or server farms.
I'm refraining the urge to make a joke about the reason him being dead is because he was late.
Yeah.
Because
If
he-
anything, he was super early.
what? Oh, gotcha. Great. Okay, I just didn't hear what you said, Connor. Now I got it.
Okay. So Elizabeth
Yeah.
Thorne, how were you involved in this job?
I mean, that makes total sense because
Oh,
I was
me?
going after servers. So, and also I have 0 stealth, so you probably kept me from, because like the biggest problem with me breaking into a place and blowing up their server farm is that they probably have cameras that would just make it redundant. So you probably helped me cover my tracks or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done with that. Lots
Or do
of
you have a
tech
different
facts,
idea?
yeah. No, that's fine. I probably removed lots of the camera work and
Okay, cool. So you take +1 link with each other.
Okay.
And then, Monroe, Valencia, were either of you involved in this job?
Probably not. Not me.
Does it involve slaves?
No.
I mean, I'm blowing up stuff that they own.
Slaves?
Molly, what's your last
Oh,
name?
that's true.
Innovative
No, this is
shipping.
against the
My
InShip.
last name is Moreau, but that's what everyone calls me.
This is against InShip Valencia. This was
Yeah.
this job was against them. The
It
human
was
trafficking.
not against like anything specific like for slaves, but it was against them and their
I
like
mean-
infrastructure.
I would so be there if there was an opportunity.
Awesome. Yeah.
Would you hire me, or would I just coincidentally show up?
I think this assumes that we have at least a passing knowledge of each other,
Yeah.
and that like we could be like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. Will you help me or whatever?" Like, I think we know each other based on the fact that this has happened, right?
Gotcha.
I think
yeah.
Sprawl groups always end up knowing each other because of the system.
I will so be there, and I will so
Awesome.
punch things.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so you
Also-
you also take +1 links with. So Molly and Valencia have +1 links with each other. And it advances one more.
I think. Did you ever go to home sex like?
Home sex. What?
Yeah, home sex. That's gonna be a really hard thing to say. Home sex
man.
apostrophe s. Like self-defense stuff, cyber stuff. Because I feel like we could have met there.
You know what? Yeah, she probably would have. She wanted the free cyberware.
Free cyberware. Yeah, you're like, I already know how to do all that stuff. You beat the crap.
Except
out of
you
the teachers.
didn't get any of the free cyberware because that's not one of the reasons you had the cyberware on your sheet.
Oh well, there you go. Dermal plating. I just
Oh yeah,
got that.
right. That's true because you just got an extra one. Okay, so that's
Awesome.
where you got it. That makes sense.
Nice.
So that means you're owned by Homes Tech.
Or hunted.
Oh, that's true. One of those.
Yeah, it's gonna be hunted by.
Okay.
I totally.
So you just screwed over the contract.
So what
basically.
happened was there was an instance where you were legally compelled
obliged
to defend homesec personnel and you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Where do we put the links?
There's a
should be
section for it.
Links.
Right above
on
weapons.
the left.
I feel like it was probably like a guy from homesec was beating the crap out of somebody and they punched him and you didn't help him. So
I got
So-
it for you.
Got
We
in
each
trouble.
got links with
we get links
Molly,
with
Valencia, and Thaddeus.
Yes,
you get
and
links with me, I think, isn't it? It's
So
just me,
far
right?
it's just you. It's just
Yeah.
you have a +1 in. Everybody
Right.
with everybody you'd have a 0.
Oh right, yeah.
So yeah, everybody put all the names in there, but
Oh.
okay, cool. So Valencia, you're involved. So Valencia, do the same thing. Describe a job your character did against one of the corporations, and what your role in
Okay.
the job was.
Can it be against all three of them at the same time?
No. Only be one.
Darn.
That's not a thing you want in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Connor,
Yes,
is Genetisoft involved in slavery?
they could be. They could be involved with literally reproducing, like making people, and giving them to the sex trafficking slave trade. Yes,
Like androids or actual people?
like actual people.
I mean, Genetisoft is probably people.
Yeah,
Okay.
Genetisoft could be. I don't really want to make that decision on my own. I'd rather that Caleb made that decision. But yeah,
Okay, so a random street urchin that in the past he has been known to be trusted gave me word that
Yeah, you know those trustworthy
Uh-huh.
street urchins. Yeah.
he's given me some good tips in the past. He's just like, yeah, guy, I got a sweet tip that Genetisoft got a shipment of humans for studying. So I'm like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah, the kids. And I'm like, okay. And then I attacked Genetisoft.
And you
His
basically
voice.
you freed them. Is that what happened?
Well, no, I didn't find any.
Oh, okay.
It was a
Oh.
bad tip.
Okay.
I basically just went in, destroyed a lot of things, and left.
You
Got it.
find out
Okay.
that Genetisoft like stole his candy. He just wanted you to beat them all up.
Molly, how are you involved in this job?
I think as like, quid pro quo for however you say that phrase, for him helping me out with innovative, I came along on this job to just sort of basically, I think she asked me along to help, and I kind of owed her. So I mean, we do basically the same thing, but I feel like I probably like lay down cover because my character uses guns, so I probably lay down like cover for her
Mhm.
as she went in to like close the gap on the place because I imagine they probably have defenses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just like held the fire down while she closed in and then punched them into juice.
Okay.
So
So both of you take +1 more links with each other, and then I'll advance the clock 1 more.
Jared, I'm so surprised our characters have the highest links with each other. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
It's almost like we're the same person. Also,
Elizabeth,
Genetisoft is already about to kill us. It's great.
I know.
Elizabeth or Monroe.
I think
what,
my character would be in on this. Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Probably came up with kind of a entrance plan, of, like how are we gonna strategically like pull this off, and then also went in there guns blazing.
Okay, plan, comer upper with. Yeah.
Nice. That's the technical term.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about? So you take a +1 with Molly,
Yeah.
as well, and then
Wait.
With
I
Valencia,
advance-
right?
Valencia.
Or sorry, with Valencia, yeah, because
Yeah.
she was the one who did the job. And then I'll advance the clock one more.
Oh, jeez.
They're
what
literally
about you,
already like getting ready to be
Soft?
violent.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us off. We got 2 marks left.
Yep.
Yeah. What is the first mark? The first mark is like they start deploying, like
Yeah. Let me
start
find that briefly.
tracking us basically, right? And then second is they deploy internal assets, and third is external assets, right? How that works? Oh no,
Something
that's
like
the
that.
mission clock, I think. At the end is like America decides that it should probably kill you. I know that's how that works, but
Yeah.
basically we probably shouldn't do any more jobs against geneticides.
I mean,
Guys.
no, but this is the thing. Like
That's
we
the
could.
whole point of my character.
The game, yeah, exactly. The game would be about
No,
just being
Guys,
attacked by geneticides.
you don't understand. This game is about slowly building to the point where they kill you, not starting at that point. Guys, come on, you're killing
No,
me.
you can't. It's a legitimate
Just a
option.
one-shot.
I know, but
Uh.
it's yeah, it's gonna be a one shot, literally.
Because we're all
One
going to
shot.
die.
Yeah. It's so bad. I mean, I'm all about it. It's just horrible.
Let me find the stuff on clocks
my
briefly.
gosh.
So corporate clocks.
We're- It's a good thing we have 2 killers. Normally that's bad because they fill clocks, but we don't have to worry about that.
So how does harm work in this game?
It's a lot like
Fate?
no, like Apocalypse World, in that you just trade harm. Well, no,
Oh, okay.
that's wrong. You don't just trade harm. You roll, and then if you get a 7 to 9, you can you choose a few things, and one of them is you take harm. The other is a buddy takes harm, and then there's like some important breaks and that kind of stuff. So you have to choose whether or not you want to take harm, but it's one of the better options usually, which is saying a lot. When the clock down strikes midnight.
Everyone dies.
Yep. Corporate clocks.
Corpse of the clock over 1800 are looking for information on the PCs. Corpse of the clock over 2100 are gunning for them.
Yep. They're literally already like, we should probably kill those guys. I mean, girls and guy.
But a corporate clock, like hitting midnight, is basically like they attack you.
Yeah, it's
Like,
basically like game over or you win the war. Like, right? Like, it's super. I know in the game that Adam Cole played, when it hit midnight, everyone died.
Ooh.
They wiped. Not to be fair, Adam's pretty harsh, but still, like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it would be bad.
Yeah. Although, if,
yeah, Elizabeth,
yeah,
are you? Would you join that mission?
What's the mission we're talking about?
It was
last
a
one
attack
against Genetisoft?
Genetisoft.
An attack against Genetisoft.
Yeah, to
Meaning
attempt
what
to
exactly?
attempt to free supposed slaves that
Oh.
are being experimented on.
Yes, I would definitely have been into
Don't
that.
say that.
But Connor, the thing is, there technically wasn't any. That was the whole
Yeah, but
thing.
we
Right.
didn't know
But
that.
no,
Yeah, I got
everybody.
very
If
faulty
he
information.
would
No,
have,
I would have been in there. I would have been.
Yeah.
I would have done that. I would have so been there.
All right.
All right, well, we're dead.
Okay. Yep.
It's perfect. I'm glad I got the subdermal implants.
Okay, cool. So, you take another +1 with Valencia,
I'm regretting taking the armor jacket and not the
and
body
then
armor.
Monroe.
I get
Describe-
a
Here's
plus one
the
with Valencia.
thing.
Would you
Wait,
do it
so-
against Genetisoft?
Yeah.
Oh no!
You sure you didn't like get stiffed on your headache medication? Come on, you're killing me.
I think Genetisoft makes the most sense though.
Then go for it.
Okay.
Here's our problem. We made 2 really bad ones and then some cool ones, and we're like, let's just fight the bad ones, and now we're gonna die.
Darn it, David, you should have made taco.
Okay. No, I'm so into guys. I am so into this. We literally need it to be about. Okay, they're coming after us. Let's go to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
the best,
especially
Let's
Connor's
take 'em
character
down.
is very
Yes,
central
that's
to
what it
this
should be
game,
about.
So
We should be about taking Genetisoft down.
yeah,
I mean, if we're
Yeah.
going to start any kind of game at midnight, it should be a one shot. So to be fair, this is like starting where the action is, and I feel like it works, but this is
Yeah.
bad.
We're gonna die.
We might lose the old lady, but we're
Honestly, Caleb, I'm looking for the Tony line.
What?
I'm looking for the Tony line, man.
It turned red.
no.
Carly, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't worry
Oh,
about
I see
it.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yep. Different Tony. Different
Okay.
Tony.
The clock turned red.
Not a fictional Tony. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, so Monroe, what was the job that you did?
Excuse me. So Thaddeus and his wife couldn't have kids on their own, and so they turned to Genetisoft because they were like, they can maybe help us to like have a kid that's still with our genetics. And there were complications, and so their daughter survived, but his wife died in childbirth, and
Oh,
so
wonderful.
he I don't know
Swore
exactly
revenge.
what he would do, like as far as a job against them, because I don't think he would just like randomly attack them.
I mean,
But
you could just undermine them, right? Like it would just be like,
yeah,
Was it,
It would
because of like medical malpractice? Like maybe you're going after a doctor that screwed up,
maybe.
or like, yeah, I don't know. It's just
I mean, he just like resents them in every
Right.
way. And so that's why he's like helped with all of these different things against them.
okay.
I
So
mean,
you
we might
just
as well all do this because it can't.
It
get
won't matter
worse.
anymore. It's just
Yeah.
it's hit midnight and it will not go any
Yeah.
further. Yeah.
Ugh.
So
They
Yeah,
hate
so-
our guts.
Monroe, basically you did some
Literally.
sort of maybe like smear campaign against them, where you just like
Yeah. Probably.
yeah, just try to like get people to like hate them or something, right? Like
That's
it was yeah, that would make sense. You're trying to
I would have
undermine
been a
them, but
part
you
of that job. Advance the clock, Caleb. It's 1 a.m.
weren't.
It starts over and we're good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you can take +1 with Monroe.
Yes.
What
Did
was
I
your
miss any
roll?
other +1s with people?
Do I up
I don't
I don't
think
know.
so.
my
That's your job, dude.
links with the people that are in this?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
reciprocal every time. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a +2 with Thaddeus, a +1 with Molly and Valencia.
yes.
Sounds right.
That sounds right?
Probably.
Sounds right to everybody else? Okay. How do you get -1s? This isn't like
Don't get minuses. It's like in Apocalypse World where it builds up to 4 and you get experience, or 4 or 5, and then you get experience and then it goes back down to 0.
I mean, but in Apocalypse World, you can get negatives
Oh, you can.
for bonds. Yeah,
That's a good question.
because you at the end of the game, or no, even at the beginning of the game, you have like the questions, the
Like negative
text
bonds.
questions.
Yeah.
And if it's like this person, like I am.
Oh,
actively
but not in this game
whatever-
though, right?
I don't think in this game.
No, that's
yeah.
what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's based on the jobs in this one. In the comrades one we were doing, there were a lot of minuses going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ernesto.
In this game, you
Ernesto.
roll that stat both to help and hinder. So, which might be the case in a lot of them. But like, so a higher
Yeah,
stat
it
is
is the
us.
case.
Like, it can also be I'm better at screwing you over, right? So,
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing in any other Apocalypse World hack.
yeah, I think that's.
Anyway, so Monroe, so yeah, sorry, Elizabeth. What was the thing you did to help with that smear campaign?
Literally anything she need.
I mean, probably hacking.
I mean,
But
you
what was
got
your role?
information on them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, information
Okay,
on
so
them.
you
So-
found
Yeah.
the information to blackmail them with, and then spread a smear campaign or whatever. Okay, Molly, what about you? Did you join in this mission?
I feel like I don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a whole lot you could have
So-
done.
Yeah, that's not really her wheelhouse. And also at this point, I think she's more worried about her daughter getting killed in the crossfire.
Fair.
Okay, Valencia, what about you?
as I'm sure you've guessed by this point, I punch things.
But there wasn't anything
So
to punch.
smear
It was a
campaign,
smear
not your
campaign.
thing. Okay.
No, what happened is you walked around and murdered people, and then you blamed them.
I was the muscle. I made sure I protected what's his face, Thaddeus. Made sure no one got to him. May have been checking him out a little bit too.
Gosh. Okay.
Okie dokie then.
How old is your character?
Yeah, I was wondering.
How old is your character?
Like 40s?
Oh well, I'm quite a bit younger.
Okay.
I'm
Good to know.
30.
You're how old?
30.
Okay, I think this is the oldest party we've ever had. Like mean
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
for
we're all
sure.
parents.
average. Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just.
Valencia isn't older, man. It's fine.
Oh boy, here we go.
And older women.
Okay.
Nice. There we go. I mean, I'm only 6 years older than you. It's not. I mean,
Yeah. So I mean, I think the thing is, like, normally you would get a job, right? You would
This time our
like.
job is surviving.
Yeah, literally, there is no
Yeah.
job in this. It's literally just gonna. Okay, so we're gonna start.
but they have jobs for decreasing threat, so it's probably one of those. It's like take the fight to them is like the job that you can do if
Yeah,
you have really high.
Let's look.
It's like you don't get paid
Okay,
for
well,
it. But...
that will be a thing that we can get to.
Okay,
We will start off not like that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I feel like we should start off like in hiding. I don't know.
Let's see.
Valencia never hides. What are you talking about?
So I have an idea of where we can start. I'm just trying to let's see, pull up basic moves.
The best part about this is that our characters' personalities are actually super different. So
Uh,
at least
It's perfect.
we won't actually be the same character.
The plan was to just step on your feet the entire time.
Literally or figuratively.
Both.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. Let's
Okay.
let's cool down from this clock
Yeah.
overheat.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and we'll start off with the this one shot of the Sprawl. Stick around, we got more Gamebound coming at you right after this.